Alright, and let us continue. So, roll your strength, please, as your target attempts to escape.
Nope.
Nope, she manages to backpedal away from you, somehow knocking you off her with her feet as you try to go for the throat, but she manages to, like I said, throw you off temporarily. We're gonna actually say that this is happening in this direction because we are running out of map.
Yeah, it's a bit of a problem.
So Serath's blood is really up. He has had enough of this shit. She's trying to escape him. What would he do? Just launch himself at her again, I suppose, in theory.
Yeah, because there's not much else I can do. I can't even burn her because my blood is at like 1.
Oh yeah. So,
It's a thing!
yeah. So roll Dex Brawl.
I'm actually rolling pretty well today.
Yeah, she's on the ground. You manage to latch on again. She's just terrified, screaming for help at this point. And,
Yeah, vampires, there's no one's going to help you.
well,
No one.
you hear sirens somewhere in the distance.
Oh damn! What is this?
Isn't your dexterity higher than that? I thought you buffed it through the roof.
Oh wait, I thought you were going to have me roll strength, strength now to hit. No, that's so I get 2 more dice.
Yeah. Okay.
That's 3 dice. No, but actually, it would still be 1 success. You just remove that last roll. That 10 there. So it would be just be 1 success instead.
You don't take wound penalties. You have dex buff to high heaven. How do you have so few dice?
I have 6 dice. I have no brawl.
Oh, so it's 1
Nil.
success. So roll your strength for damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's better!
Okay.
Actually, it's aggravated damage. How could you be able to soak it?
She has 2 dots of fortitude. That's why she has such a nice soak.
Oh.
Oh yeah, she was the strongest one of the lot here. Although the Zamitzi was
Also now she's at 3 hit points.
Yep. She is. She doesn't like this. So she's at -2, which means she has 1 dice of strength to try and escape, and she fails.
Yay, do I get to attack her again with my strength?
Well, with your Dex Brawl, yes. So she can't scream anymore either, because you have destroyed her vocal cords at this point.
Yay, I hit.
Okay, go ahead and roll damage.
Actually, I should have had 1 more die last turn, but whatever.
Doesn't matter at this point. Go ahead. Just...
And I'm guessing she's dead now. Because she can't possibly soak that.
Okay.
Actually, you should roll anyway, because otherwise she's either torpor, she's not, she would just be, she's dead.
Yeah, she's dead.
Because that's all aggravated damage. She's dead, and I'm running the fuck away.
Well, in theory... Yeah, she could be torpoured in theory, but... No, she crumbles into ash.
No, she'll be dead, and unless, of course, I'm allowed to drain her blood first.
She doesn't have any.
Before she dies.
She used all of it. Every last drop of it.
Well, actually, she'd have 1 blood point left.
No,
technically.
she used it to try and get extra successes on the escape roll.
Okay.
That's why
anyway,
she was
so
so
I'm just running away then. I'll be just running away to
the no, you're
nearest,
still in
hobo
frenzy.
again.
You're still in frenzy. I'm gonna...
Yeah, I'll be running away for the nearest hobo. Essentially.
No, we're gonna decide that.
Nearest...
Joshua is still alive. What would your character be more concerned with? Finding the opportunity to feed or destroying his other enemy?
Well, it will be... I'm guessing since Joshua is a Tremere, he is quite powerful. He probably dispatched Malik already. That's at least how I judge his. And Malik was in quite the pickle, at the time.
Okay, so you're going back. Since you have destroyed one of your enemies, if you want, you did botch the first frenzy roll. Actually, yeah, you're not gonna roll to escape frenzy just yet.
No, not yet. It's a botch. The question is, would I go ahead and run? Okay, so I'm just running back here
Yeah,
and finding him here, unconscious.
you may, seeing that your enemy is already dispatched, roll to escape frenzy at difficulty 9.
Oh my god, what would that be? Self-control?
Yep.
Hey, one success!
Okay. I'm not gonna let you escape this on just one success. He seems very tasty and he's leaking blood.
Yeah, especially considering I'm hungry at 1 blood point.
Yeah, but you can keep rolling at difficulty 6. You need to accumulate 5
So,
successes.
so now I'm just going to drink his blood.
No, you can
While
just roll self-control. You don't have to start drinking if you get enough, it'll be okay. Yep, you snap out of it, looking down at the carnage.
okay,
You're good.
okay, I'm just going to drag him after me then.
Okay. Malik, you had noticed before, but Joshua is leaking blood, and you are hungry, I believe. So roll your self-control. I think it's something like difficulty 6 or 7, so we'll make it 6.
Well, I would suggest using my since I rolled one too many rolls there. Might as well use the fourth roll there since that
Nope,
one was
not gonna
unnecessary.
let
Oh,
you.
oh no,
So,
okay, so I'm drinking his blood again.
you're not. Malik is.
Oh,
Uh,
oh.
you fall on one of the targets. You can either attack Trevor, who destroyed your valuable servant, or Joshua, who tried to send you flying. Who would you hate more?
Oh God, I would have to do Trevor, but Josh.
Or you could
Yeah.
drink the blood from your valuable servant who's also there, who's filled with blood,
You can
mostly.
recover 6 blood points, and once you realize that you're starting to diablerize this worthless piece of shit, you can try and snap out of it again. So, yeah, another difficulty 6 roll, please. Unless you just want to go ahead and diablerize him.
Suggesting
What's it
against
roasted?
it.
You don't know and you don't have enough self-control to use the blood you've drunk to test it. But, okay.
Yay!
He's likely not. He's lower gen because Serath dominated him.
The likelihood of him being Night Gen 2 is like none, because then he'd probably be the guy who's leading the entire sub-out operation here, and that's not
Yeah, but-
exactly likely.
You
Yeah,
know,
but couldn't I
Leslie
get like
was
Bloodcraft?
You could, but when would you be
No, I'm
able
not
to
doing
use
that.
it? Leslie was actually the highest gen among a lot of these.
OS, you mean?
Um,
And even I doubt, and I doubt that she was actually a Ninth Gen.
she wasn't.
And she's already dead, so it doesn't matter.
No, she was higher gen. She had the worst generation.
Oh,
She hadn't
Oh.
diablerized that far. They didn't give her enough bodies to get that low yet. She hadn't earned
Yeah.
that much of a reward from Tobias yet. And these were, I mean, Trevor was a stupid, aggressive piece of shit, and Joshua is a fresh traitor, so they didn't give her the best troops either. They just gave her
at
trash.
least it's a traitor that's down now.
Yep. I mean, you could always drain some of his blood, or Bronson's. So you need to decide, after you gather up the weapons and shotguns.
And the police will be arriving here shortly, so we should just put them in the trunk or something. Drive away.
Yeah. Let me just check what you have. You have gotten... You didn't pick up Leslie's weapon, but you have 2 heavy pistols with the clip that's in the pistol and 1 extra clip for each, so like 26 bullets for each.
Also, I would probably have taken my sword back too.
No, you didn't. You were in frenzy. You were in a rush to get to Joshua.
Damn it. So I don't have. Now I just spent 50 more bucks, so it's not that bad, you know.
Like, how are you gonna
I
get
would
a
just ignore
sword?
myself.
You don't know where to go and buy one. You don't have an established arms dealer here, much less one that sells swords or machetes. So I assume you might want to go back to the prince and hand over some of the prisoners to him.
Trevor Boyd in this case, because we're not handing over Joshua. He's Tremere business.
That's perfectly fine if that's how you want to handle it. That's perfectly fine. Are you taking Bronson's body with you?
Yeah, we're taking Bronze's body with us.
What about you, Malik?
But yeah, I should probably go and take the sword back, considering the fact that, hey, it's kind of a thing that has my fingerprints on it and all.
Vampires
Kinda
generally
cuts-
don't leave fingerprints. Well, there might be a few imprinted in the blood actually covering it, but as you
Yeah.
head back in that direction, there seem to be a few people actually gathered about it. It's pretty early in the night, and people heard the commotion and a cry for help, apparently.
And all they see is a pool of gore or something.
Yep, they all seem to be photographing it, looking at it, and just generally causing trouble for you.
Oh, you suck.
Well, fuck.
You just had a major battle in the middle of the city. You're lucky nobody showed up in the middle of it.
Yeah, it was pretty bad now. Oh well.
So,
Just
back to
like-
the Elysium? Or the prince's place? Or
I might want to just knock them all out or something. Actually, I can't do it.
We
Because,
need to steal
Damn it.
their phones and stuff.
well, it's
Yeah.
just a pool of
I might want to
blood.
knock them all out. I might want to just knock them all out and steal all their shit.
All they saw was a pool of blood.
Yeah, they didn't see anything
Let's just-
supernatural.
Let's
Okay,
just
but
get
I'm
out
not-
of here.
Well, that's true. So I should probably just get out of there.
Wait, somebody could have seen our car.
Well, the sooner
then
you get
actually-
out of here, the better your chances.
Let's go.
We should really
Let's just go.
Let's just go. Yeah.
Can you drive?
I can't drive. I can't drive a shit.
What about you,
Oh
Malik?
God.
Can you drive?
No.
What's your dexterity check?
You can make it back to Elysium, probably with your buff dexterity,
3.
Serath.
Yay! I'm driving.
buff-
Get on the other side. On the other side of the car. I'm driving.
Okay.
Sit in the other seat.
Make your dexterity check at difficulty 6 as you try not to break too many traffic rules and get into trouble.
Yay!
So, you can stumble through the doors of the Elysium.
Yay! And Karen would no longer be with us.
Obviously,
We can delete her.
carrying the body of Bronson, another
The Tremere will leave in the car because he's Tremere based, as I said.
okay.
Also, should we not be by now remove our buff dice?
At this point, as you arrive in the Elysium, yes, you had it long enough to essentially heal up. Right, Bronson is gone, the tenor
Yeah, I have no
closed.
blood pool whatsoever.
The prince seems to be just moving to leave as he notices this. Namely, you carrying a flesh-crafted Zemitzi badly torn up and carrying a dead servant. What happened?
Ambush.
Where? It was near the
On the
Chantry.
side. Where was it actually on the map? We have no. We were heading our way on our way back to the Chantry.
It was a few blocks away from the Chantry. Apparently they decided that you'll take more or less the same road when you go to the Elysiums and travel back the same way. So they waited until you left, set up, and waited for you to come back.
Yeah. They slew Karen, and they slew Karen and Bronson here.
Well, that is unfortunate, but I'm sure you can find a new servant. He did seem useful. A pity.
This is a time where you try to entice him into allowing you to embrace him.
I'm not embracing him.
You're just gonna send him
That's
to
a bad decision.
It's up to you.
Do we really want a vampiric Bronson?
You know, he was very good in battle. You saw how awesome he was. Think of it.
He is very good with guns.
You can
Okay,
start your...
I'll,
It's up to you.
I'll,
It's entirely up to you. But you might be able to talk him into giving you permission.
Like, this is probably the only time you'll ever get a chance for this.
Well, if you miss it now, Bronson will
This
be
easily.
dead for too long for it to work.
No, I mean, like, this is probably the easiest time where we could get another Tremere into the city.
Yeah, and
This easily.
you did bring him a Zemitzi. That's a point in
Yeah,
your favor.
okay, I'm gonna try this now. I'm gonna say, my prince.
Sniffing.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, you just do it. The crowd is not going to matter at all.
My prince.
Other than make it more, or make it more dramatic. It's not that. Other than that, it isn't much.
My prince, he has been such a loyal servant, such a great addition to our family. We would hate to see him pass on and endure the final death. I would hope to, with your permission, embrace this one and make him one of us.
Mention the thing about him dying bravely in battle, trying to
He died
defend
bravely
us.
in battle. He died bravely in battle. We had some difficulty with this Sabbat menace, and he died so valiantly.
Is this the only prisoner you took?
There was another Tremere and Tribu, but he is, as I'm quite sure you already know, Tremere property.
Serath, I know no such thing. But you have done a service to the city, so you may keep him. If you decide to wake him up, well, I might just insist on it. You will notify me before sending him out of town, and I may wish to interrogate him after I am done questioning this Zemitzi. But since you have lost a member, and since, well, I have no intention of negotiating or looking over any information on other Tremere neonates, well, you know how Cornelius can be. He's a pushy son of a bitch. I'd rather you embrace one of your own than have to tolerate another one from the outside with who knows what plots. Very well. The sheriff will take your prisoner, and you may indeed turn your servant.
Yay! Bronson lives.
Well,
This might be a bad thing.
you know,
Probably a bad idea.
he
We'll
turns
see.
to you. This is your first embrace, is it?
Yes, it is.
Do you need anyone to instruct you on the procedure? Also, keep in mind that until you release him and present him at Elysium, he is your property and your responsibility. According to the traditions, any screw-ups of his are yours. Keep him in line.
Should I ask for some help or instruction here?
You can ask,
Probably a good idea
but
since you
you
haven't
might
done this.
you might be able to figure out how it goes. Keep in mind, you're gonna have
If I-
to do the transubstantiation ritual somehow, since he will currently be embraced without the cup or the oath.
What I worry about is if I embrace him, wouldn't he be like a he'd be a higher gen than me, but wouldn't he be like
11th
generation
gen
11?
Yeah, he'd be 11 gen.
Would he be like, would this lead back to me diablerizing anyway?
If people knew your exact generation, yes, but the Lord already knows, and the Tremere are the ones who can test for it. The only people who could know for sure are generally speaking the ones who already know.
Okay. I
Now,
would need some instruction on how to do this, my lord, for I have never done such a thing.
alright. Um, he motions for one of the Toreador to come forward. And, yeah, he gives you instructions. Let me just drag him out here. Jared, I believe you have 2 children. Make sure that Malik knows exactly what to do. And he, meanwhile, motions for the sheriff, who comes over and takes the prisoner from you. And a couple of the gangrel are making sure that he is indeed subdued, that he is in torpor or staked, and essentially convoy duty. So this little group walks off with your prize. This might be a good time to call the Lord and make sure that he's okay with this.
Yeah, I'll be doing that right now.
Yeah, I was going to tell Serath to do it.
Okay.
So, I'm calling the Lord. Or at least his office.
Yeah, you remember hearing some rumors about his servant actually being a revenant. And, yeah, this natural-born ghoul, who happens to serve the Lord, picks up and answers. Yes, Serath, you have something to report.
Yes, I would like to ask for permission of the Lord to, in Malik's place for the embrace.
The Lord will want to know who it is. I'm gonna go and get him right now. I'm sure he'll want to address this personally. And he, well, you hear elevator music. Still elevator music. You're still waiting while Bronson's body cools. And finally the Lord picks up. Yes, what is it?
It is good to see you again. As I'm sure your servant informed you, I am here about asking permission for the embrace from, and I will be handing the phone over to Malik. Just a second.
You know, a lot of people with Auspex seem to be listening very intently to the conversation.
Like, I'm pretty sure this isn't a thing that's anywhere close to.
Yeah, but they are curious about, well, you and how Tremere do business in general. This is not the part that they get to witness very often.
I hand the phone over to Malik.
Meanwhile,
my lord.
Meanwhile, the gangrel primogen is looking bored and blowing smoke rings. Yes,
I
Malik.
ignore him.
Malik, Serath says that you wish to embrace someone. Why is this the first I hear of it?
My lord, I have a ghoul named Bronson. I am not certain that you remember him, but he has been of great service to us, especially here in Springfield. He died recently in battle. He fought valiantly against a Zamishi foe and endured
The
unspeakable
Zamizi.
pain.
The Lord almost snarls the name of the hated clan. And the prince is willing to allow this?
Yes, my lord. We just got the okay from him.
Well. Very well. You will need to arrange for the proper oaths and ceremonies as soon as possible. Such things cannot be left for too long. But you may proceed.
Yes. Yes, my lord, and I thank you.
He hangs up. You may have to send Bronson out of town for initiations or something.
Oh, he'll be so happy. He'll come back pleased as punch.
So now, do we do it here and now, or do we leave for the Chantry?
You don't have the
Also, we
time
have
to
no idea.
wait. You don't have the time to
Yeah,
wait. You have to do it now.
yeah. So you're just going to do your thing while I stand here, watching at it.
I suppose so.
Jared walks up. Generally, the traditional method is to drain the person in question of blood before doing this, but they are usually also still alive at the time. Embraces generally work as long as the body hasn't been dead for too long and the soul hasn't had the chance to flee. So normally you just pour your blood down his throat. Though a lot of traditionalists think the embrace works better if you drain some of their blood so that your life forces can mix. Just
I do not
hold
do not
open
believe
what.
that there's any blood left.
He has like 5 points left in his body, but not a lot, no. Here, I will
Then I
hold
guess, can I
what's
still
left.
drain him?
Do you want him? Do you want Bronson, that person with very low self-control, to wake up hungry? Think carefully about
Oh,
this.
you are right.
This is Elysium.
Uh,
Here, I will hold what's left of his mouth open.
I'm not gonna drain him. I will. Okay, let's just do it.
Okay, how many blood points are you pouring down his throat?
How many do you suggest?
Well, he would.
How many do you have left?
If you gave him like
9.
3, he could spend 2 or 3 nights without needing to hunt, which would give you enough time to instruct him properly, I guess. I think you might
Let's
have
go
a
with 3.
couple of blood bags left over from when the prince was doing his thing. Actually, the prince motions for you to follow him, Serath, while this is going on, and he leads
Yeah,
you out
I'll
to
be doing
the
it.
car and, you know, shows you a cooler full of blood. You have that look in the eye. I know it quite well. Get
If I
yourself
drain him of
recovered.
blood,
You're most gracious. I take 6 points of blood from there.
Okay. Okay.
if I drain
Well, actually, I would need.
Bronson a
How
little bit,
much would I need to heal myself?
I mean, the prince essentially told you to help yourself. I mean, you can assume that there's something like 20 blood bags in there. You know, like an
I would
emergency
need 3
stash.
points to heal myself, so I'm taking like 7 to get myself to 5, so I'm not hungry anymore.
Okay. So Malik, Bronson, drainage, what did you want to ask?
if I drained Bronson and then gave him extra blood, would that not count towards his hunger?
Well, okay, it all counts towards hunger, right? The blood that is left in his body will be transformed. At least part of it, right? He won't be empty. Unless you completely drain him. And the 1 point you give him, that's gonna be used up, I guess, to reanimate him and complete the embrace. But anything extra you give on top of that is gonna go into his blood pool.
Okay, so I'm gonna drain him of like 3 points of blood, and just give him a lot of extra blood, and I can use the blood bags.
You know, it doesn't. Oh, you're gonna go traditional with this, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So, do you wish to roll manipulation intimidation to look like a badass while you're doing this? To impress the
I will.
locals? You can roll manipulation intimidation as well, Serath, because you have been through battle and you can try to show off your mad awesomeness. Maybe let people get a glimpse of the burned corpse of the Tremere you took prisoner. Play on top of what you have already done today in terms of social standing.
Yeah, 1 success.
Yeah. The nurse shudders as she looks first at the burnt body and then at you, and she walks out. But then she sort of just leaves. Nobody else seems to give much of a fuck about your antics. But at least you seem to have slightly impressed her. She'll probably want you all the more. Okay, so people slowly start to filter out. Okay, how much blood did you take? You took 3. How much did you give back to him? Exactly. And I need to move him to the Tremere NPC list, maybe. Well, we'll see.
Maybe 8? What do you think about 8?
It's up to you. It's up to
I'm
you.
gonna do 7. I'm just gonna do 7.
So, okay, so you take 3. Okay, let's work through the math. He has 2 points of human blood left. You give him 7. That would put him at 8 since 1 is used up to actually complete the embrace, I take it. Is that about right?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's at 7 blood points. And people are slowly filtering out, though a few curious people, the Bruja Primogen among them, seem to be waiting for him to reanimate. There is also the La Sombra, the Toreador, the Bruja are gone. The Gangrel, the Nurse are gone. It seems to be just a few random people staying to see what Bronson will do, but most of them are essentially gone. They don't care enough. The guy that keeps ordering the elysium is still here, of course, because who knows what the new guy will do. So, are you just gonna wait here until he wakes up?
There's not much else we can do right now.
Yes, we'll wait.
Okay, so I'll just make sure to bring his stats up to vampire levels, as it suggests when, you know, dealing with new ghouls, or ghouls being turned. So he gets at least a point in all his in-clan disciplines.
Well, maybe you can make eventually make Bronson your backup character, niche.
That's a good idea since I almost died tonight. And he is kind of a badass.
He kind of is, yes. So that's... I suppose we can give him
Also,
a point of...
didn't I have the first frenzy for the entire game today? Like, for the PCs.
I think so. I haven't really been making you roll that much for it. But it was about time we had some frenzy rolls. Because, you know, that was...
And it was a botch too. So there's that.
Bronson is a fan of art history, so one of his free points is going in there. His 7 extra freebies are gonna go in there, and he gets an extra freebie as well. Yeah, I created ghoul characters with 7 freebies here, and vampires have 15, so he has 8 more, because he's going up to vampire level. So he's stronger in a lot of ways. Instantly, the 2 of you can recover a point of...
Actually, since it's so that you actually get you actually get, when you become a vampire, you get 15 new freebies points.
No, that would be too overpowered. He would be able to destroy the whole Chantry that way. It's not a good idea.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Wish we could make him a little smarter.
I did give him a dot of intelligence, so he's smarter.
Yeah, he's just completely useless in that category. Also, what path would he choose? The path of what path do you have, Malek?
I'm on Path of Blood.
You have Path of Blood then.
He has an instinctive understanding for thaumaturgy, but he won't have a path and be able to actually use it until he's trained. So it's up to you. Malik can train him in the basics of blood, you can train him in fire, or someone else can train him in something else back at the home office. Or someone can come over if you can square to the prince to initiate him.
We can think of something for him later. Because Serath has already got the Path of Fire.
Yeah, and two of us already have the path of blood.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he is crippled as his eyes flutter open. Well, yeah, he would probably get strength since that's his thing and he's very strength based as for his extra dot on that. And yeah, yeah, dominate makes sense for him, I suppose. Well, no, he has been fighting a lot more than that. Maybe potent. Well, I'll decide where to put 7 of his freebies later. I'm thinking dominate too, since he's a very forceful personality, but I'm not sure. You know,
What is his nature anyway?
dominate, what did I put him? He's a show-off. A gallant. He likes being the center of attention.
So that's why he's been. Oh my god, I hate him.
So his eyes...
About to see a lot more of him. He might be more of a problem now.
His eyes flutter open. He groans.
Also, I put him at blood. Actually, would he be bloodbound, completely bloodbound to you now, Malik?
No.
Still.
No. The embrace
So
shattered.
you'd just be at 1 point of bloodbound. I should be at 2 since he's at Tremere.
Yeah.
2 points bloodbound.
Okay, let's roleplay this out. His eyes flutter open. He groans and says, "Master?" He seems very confused.
Hello?
Hello.
Oh,
It's
sorry.
very silent.
I was muted. My bad. So let's roleplay this out. Bronson opens his eyes with a groan and says, "Master?" He seems very, very confused. He might have thought he was fucking dead there. Pro tip, he was. Until you brought him
You don't
back.
say.
Bronson, how are you feeling?
Everything hurts. Like when the Russians beat the fuck out of me.
Ah, yes, you've taken quite a bit of damage. But I'm pleased to inform you that you've done well.
Why is my skin so cold? Why am I not breathing? He seems to be in a bit of a
Bronson?
panic.
Bronson, you've been embraced.
What?
My child, you are embraced.
You know, there's this look of wonder, sort of tinged with greed on his face. Fuck yes. I won the bet!
That's what he's concerned about?
He might have had a bet with Chloe and Romina as to which of them would get embraced first.
Well, I guess Romina lost that then.
You don't know she got fanged by the Giovanni. She might well have earned her fangs for this particular operation.
Oh gosh.
Because she did very well. She's the only one of them that didn't screw up.
Yes,
Okay.
she's the only one of them that might actually not get completely thrown out of there.
I assume she's coming back
At some
as a
point,
vampire.
No,
Probably.
she is.
Bronson spends a point of willpower and lurches to his feet, trying to look like a badass, because that's what his clan does, and he manages to look pretty damn badass as he just ignores the wounds. He flexes his muscles suggestively at the La Sombra.
Oh my. Bronson, tell me, how do you really feel now that you've had time to process this information?
I don't know. I guess my senses are sharper. hear things and see things a lot more clearly. It's easier to think. I remember things I had forgotten for a long time too. It's strange. It's like, I don't know.
It'd be a good idea for us to go to the prince and thank him for this right now.
Yeah, it's kind of a thing you should do.
Bronson
Yeah, but I'm
is gonna spend
wondering.
2 blood points to heal up to 3 so he can actually move.
Bronson, I believe we must pay our respects to the prince, for he is the one who gave me the permission to embrace you today.
Yeah, the prince is, meanwhile, talking with Alberta. He seems to have hung around to see how this would turn out, actually. So yeah, you can move over there. Bronson following half a step behind you. Serath, are you gonna be part of this, or are you staying back?
So, I'm not part of that. A part of that right now because, yeah, I'm not the one who actually.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm not actually a part of that.
Okay.
He's separating himself from us in case Bronson messes up.
No, it's more like, hey, it's your that's your thing. I won't.
Okay.
I don't actually have anything to do with this.
Okay. So.
All right. So I want to bow to the prince once I get his
Bronson,
attention.
Follows your lead on that. Again, spending a point of willpower in order to, well, ignore the wound penalties and present as dignified a front as possible. He feels he has to keep up appearances for the clan now.
Good. He might have learned something.
Like not dying?
Yes. My prince, thank you for giving me this opportunity to sire a child.
Always remember, Malik, those who serve me and the city well get rewarded. Keep doing a good job of facing these Sabbat scum, and you will enjoy many future rewards as well.
I appreciate it, my prince.
Bronson bows and says, "Thank you, my prince. I swear to uphold the laws of the Camarilla and to do my best to defend the city." He's acting like a good little bootlicker.
Bronson? Wow, that's out of character.
You know, he feels that playing the very loyal and efficient servant, this is attention-seeking behavior. He feels that he'll get more brownie points this way. He lives for showing off, and this is just another humble bragging, you know?
Okay, so now what are we doing?
Well,
We'll have to go back to the Chantry and roleplay it out with Chloe, I suppose.
yes, possibly. Also, you might wish to set ground rules for Bronson, otherwise he'll have the Chantry full of his own ghouls soon.
Oh yeah, we will do this.
Teach him to hunt, that kind of thing.
We
Not to
need
drain
house.
people completely out of all their blood.
I believe we need a house rule about siring, or not siring, but ghoulifying people or animals.
You can essentially tell him that not until you're officially released, kind of thing. And then, until he's ready to be on his own, he's essentially your bitch according to vampire law, till you're ready for him to be on his own. There are essentially two schools on this, because some people try to exploit their children and keep them around for as long as possible. Others release them as soon as possible, because if he fucks up, it's on you. Until you release him.
Sure. Okay, I guess we can go back to the Chantry now.
Okay.
Unless Serath wants to do
This is
something.
driving. None of us, no one else knows how to drive, so.
Bronson can drive now.
Do you have any blood bags left? Bronson is very
I don't think
hurt.
so.
Ooh. How much time is left in the evening?
You were just to the elysium and the fight didn't take too long. You haven't hunted tonight, so
Yeah, it's like I will definitely need to hunt because I'm at 5 right now. Blood
Most of the
points.
night is still left. Uh,
What's Leopoldo doing here anyway?
who?
Leopoldo.
Uh, right. I moved you to the Chantry map. He's gone. He's probably making preparations to leave town as we speak.
Can
We
we
should probably
go?
remove Karen by now and
Can I take
Tamara.
Can I take Bronson to hunt to teach him how to hunt?
Yes, but it will depend upon
Also,
both of you not fucking.
don't we all receive a point of will regain a point of willpower now?
You do. I was gonna mention it, I just forgot it in the excitement.
Maybe give Bronson and uh, Nietzsche another point since they kind of did some reach the milestone first embrace.
Uh, Bronson was already full as he rose, because he had recovered some willpower after the fight, and he used 2 points to, well, put on a good show for everyone. Ignore wound penalties and the like. So he's gonna be at -2 from his max.
Okay, and Malak, Nietzsche.
I mean,
We
if he
can't
wants
hear
to give
you.
me willpower, I mean, I'd like to have some. But I mean, I'm 2 from my max.
Which isn't that high for you.
Nah.
So how are you at 6 willpower, Serath? How many times did
Yeah,
you...
I regained the points from the.
Yeah, but you are
I
at...
regained the points from the battle myself.
Yeah, but you are
I
at
increased it.
4 during the battle, right?
I was at 5.
I had it set to willpower used on this... Well, you know, it's fine, and Mel can regain another one, I suppose. I mean,
Because you had already made me earlier. You had made the willpower at 5. I hadn't touched it until now.
right. For dealing with the Giovanni and removing that threat, I gave you one, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and Malik is at 5, that seems appropriate. I mean, yeah, you get one from the fight, essentially. Uh, were you at 4 after adding that? If so, you can get another one. I'm just not entirely comfortable bringing you all the way up to your max with, you know, at a snap of my fingers, essentially. Actually, you know what?
You talking to me?
Yeah, how many times have you recovered willpower? You get one from the fight, right? That puts you at 5, I
Yeah.
take it?
Yeah. Well, I had 4.
Yeah, I don't know. If you can make this an argument for this being a major emotional moment for you, I suppose you can get another point. I mean,
Well, I mean, I did see my ghoul die, and I did have an emotional, guttural reaction.
yeah, and
Out of character, I didn't want to. Hmm?
yeah, and you did manage to get
This is
him
our
back.
nature anyway. Well, this is our nature anyway, Nietzsche.
Yeah, that was in my nature, since I kind of looked at it more like a pet. But, I was concerned, and I
Uh,
brought it before the prince, even though I didn't think I
Sarah,
deserved it.
can you look up the willpower regeneration rules for survivors, actually? If you have the book open.
Yeah, I have the book open. I always have the book open.
It's page 90 or so that the natures are on. Meanwhile, how do you plan on hunting with Bronson? I mean, he's pretty good looking, but his subterfuge kind of sucks. So he's gonna... Actually, maybe I don't want to add to his leadership. No, it makes sense to add to that. Never mind. Never mind.
Wouldn't I need to teach him how to hunt, though?
Yeah,
Wouldn't that be on me?
Yeah, it kind of would, but he still needs to play along with whatever form of hunting you decide to go with.
Like the survivors are about not ever surrendering and just always trying to win and always getting through everything.
You want to go with the rapey vibe again?
Eh,
Bet you he could do that.
he could do that probably. I'm gonna restart the video and we're gonna handle the roleplay for that and the wrapping up in there. So just give me a second.